Hey guys, it's been a little while, so I thought I'd put together a new video. Today, we're going to be talking about the Ambassador for the Spy. First of all, I'm going to give you guys a basic overview of what it is, what it does, and how to get it. As most of you should know, it's a side grade to the stock revolver, which you unlock by completing 5 of the spy-specific achievements. The easier ones include backstab 10 people who are in your friends list. It could be the same person. Backstab the person you've disguised as. Kill an NG who's building a sentry, it includes mini-sentries. Start capping a point as soon as it becomes available, and bumping into a visible spy in the other team. Once you've done this, you'll get the Milestone 1 achievement and a brand new untradeable Ambi. One thing to note is there are 2 in-game reskins of this gun. Festive, which you see me using in this video, and Australian, which you have a small chance of winning from playing a certain wave in Man vs Machine. These reskins serve no purpose other than looking pretty, they don't do more damage or anything. Damage-wise, the Ambi does about 50 damage close range, 38 mid-range, and 18 at all long ranges. On headshot, it does 102 at any range, which means you can kill 8 out of the 9 classes with 2 well-aimed shots. To do headshots, you need to fire in intervals of about 1 second. If you just hold down your firing button, you'll shoot every 0.7 seconds and be unable to deal critical damage on headshots. Also, due to how bullet spread works, you'll find it difficult to hit your target since all your shots will fire inaccurately. One thing to note about all hit scan weapons in TF2, including the shotgun and the pistol, is that if you wait about a second or shoot after reloading, you'll fire 1 bullet with 100% accuracy directly at your crosshair. Right, so that's the basic overview of the gun. Now we're going to talk about when you might want to use it. 9 times out of 10 you'll want to use your gun to kill someone who spotted you, rather than trying for a trick stab. Things like stair stabs and matadors are fairly unreliable, and rarely will you be able to pull them off on players who are aware what trick stabs are, or how to counter them. It's never impossible to trick stab someone, but you'll have a much greater chance of success if you put your time into learning how to be consistent with your gun. 102 damage from any range, regardless of how aware or skilled the enemy player is, will always beat being able to do fancy spins and jumps when it comes to being successful. If you're shooting at someone around a corner like this, don't try and go in for a stab. Use your gun and be patient. Don't stand in their face and shoot wildly. Dodge in and out of their line of sight using your strafe keys, get your crosshair in line, and aim for the head. I highly recommend using your gun on an enemy who isn't moving much or otherwise making any attempt to dodge. The easier targets are ones who either don't move or walk in a straight line. If there's a decent sentry up that your team is having difficulty passing, you can abuse the sentry's range limitation and take pot shots at it from a distance. You'll keep the NG occupied and prevent him from levelling his other buildings and putting his feet up. If you're lucky, you might even be able to take it down, especially if your team is coordinated or you're working with a friend. Alright, so we've talked about what it is and when to use it, so now let's discuss how to use it, i.e. the different ways of aiming. There are 2 main types of aim you can use as a spy: twitch aim and tracking aim. Twitch aim involves you knowing where they are, or where they're going to be, and flicking your mouse to where you think this is. It's the type of aim you want to utilise if you're out of option. You can use twitch aim with projectiles to land air shots, which you can practice in MGE, a server plugin which allows you to 1v1 someone, normally scout, soldier or sniper. Or you can use TR walkway. Don't use walkway to practice with precision hit scan weapons like the sniper rifle or the Ambassador. The hitboxes for the bots on walkway are reference pose ones, not the walking ones, so while the head appears to be in one place, the hitbox for it is an entirely different place. If you want to practice aiming your Ambassador, hop onto a Valve server and shoot to your heart's content. Tracking aim is when you follow your enemy with your crosshair and fire when you feel like everything's lined up. It's very useful when it comes to people who are moving predictably. To improve your tracking aim, only use your mouse to move up and down. Use your strafe keys, A and D, to move left and right instead. It's easier and more reliable than twitch aim, so if you're still deciding on what type of aim to settle on, I would recommend tracking. If you're like me, then you'll want to use a mix of both tracking and twitch. If there's a medic on 25 HP and you're not about to immediately die, quickly track his movement and go for a body shot. If there's a soldier bombing in on your team, try to twitch a headshot on him. MGE with a willing friend can help you practice hitting headshots of rocket jumping soldiers. Try to shoot when they're at the top of their jump. While they're slowing down and beginning to fall, their heads remain stationary for a good second, or at least travels in a straight line, letting you track it. Regarding your settings, settle on something you're comfortable on and stick to it. You're not going to learn consistent aim if you have a different sensitivity on all your different classes. I would recommend a lower sensitivity over a higher one if you're still deciding on which one to use. Now we've talked about aiming, I'm going to give you a couple of settings you can change and scripts you can install to make your life a little easier. Mouse acceleration causes your mouse to speed up if you move it quickly, and slow down if you move it slowly. While it doesn't sound that bad, turning it off makes your mouse move at the same speed all of the time, which is a lot easier for you to develop a muscle memory with. I would highly recommend disabling mouse acceleration and enabling raw input. To find your autoexec file, go to Program Files, Steam, Steam Apps, Common, Team Fortress 2, TF, and then your CFG folder. In here you'll find autoexec.cfg. You can open it with any text editor you want. I use Notepad++, it's free, download it if you want. You can use just the default Notepad if you want, or WordPad, that works too. Once you've sorted out something to open it with, open it, and copy and paste in the stuff I've put in the description. As well as editing your autoexec, you'll want to put these two things into your launch options. To find your launch options, go into the Steam window, right-click Team Fortress 2, hit Properties, set Launch Options, and paste in the stuff I've put in the description. If you've never been here before, this should be blank. To turn that mouse acceleration off in Windows altogether, go to Mouse, Pointer Options, and disable Enhanced Pointer Precision. Enhanced Pointer Precision is just mouse acceleration. One thing you may notice when playing with the Ambassador is that the reload animation looks like the spy is smacking himself in the face, causing the view model of your gun to fill up the screen. There are two common ways to remedy this. The method I use is simply turn off auto reload for the spy using the console command cl_auto-reload space 0. If I want to enable it, I have a script that lets me toggle auto reload on and off. I'll link it to you in the description. The alternate method is to hide your view model entirely. Stabby has a script which I'll link you all, which hides your view model when you shoot, but shows it when you switch to a different weapon or cloak. Both of these scripts can be installed in your spy.cfg file, located in the same place as your autoexec file which I showed you earlier. Most of the content in this video regarding aiming can be used with all of the spy's revolvers. Most people like to choose between the stock revolver and the Ambassador to deal damage, and use the L'Étranger and Diamondback depending on the different circumstances. In the future I'll see if I can make a video on when to change your loadout. I hope you liked the video. If you found it useful or learnt anything, feel free to hit the like button or subscribe for more videos like this one. If you've got any feedback for me, go ahead and leave a comment. I'll see you guys later.